Good morning, 6 o'clock here on your Wednesday. Thanks so much for starting it off with us here on Up With KREM. I'm Tim Pham. Let's get over to Jenny Power in the Weather Center right now. Jenny, what do we have in store on this Wednesday morning?
Well, Tim, it is going to be the start here of a mostly dry weather pattern for the inland Northwest. But if you are headed out the door soon, it's noticeably cool outside, so don't forget the jacket. You'll want it. We're at 50 degrees right now in the Spokane area, and it is partly to mostly cloudy. The sun has been breaking through where it can, but noticeably it's a chillier start for eastern Washington and North Idaho. We're currently at 49 degrees in Deer Park, 45 down on the Palouse. We do see some upper 50s currently for Wenatchee and some low 60s even for Omak in the Okanagan Valley, as we prepare to see here mostly dry conditions for the day today. So current satellite and radar for you, things are for the most part calm and clear. Some of the wet weather that we were hanging on to in northeast Washington has finally moved on out. Moving forward and taking a look at your day planner, we'll see partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies through this afternoon, with even a clearer trend on the way for this evening. Temperatures are still a bit below normal, but we do have a warming trend for the upcoming holiday weekend. That's coming up in just a few minutes. Let's also get you out the door with what we are seeing on your traffic impact. I want to start by showing you a live look here, I-90 and Sullivan. You can see that things are moving smoothly, dry road conditions, traffic volume starting to pick up, but through this stretch, things are looking good. As we take a look across the rest of the region, I-90 and Arthur seeing a very similar scenario for your traffic conditions this morning. Mostly dry, no major collisions to report to you at this hour. So as we take a look at your traffic maps, we are in the green here across the board with average drive times if you're headed out. Of course, as always, just give space to construction crews that may be working. Tim?
All right, Jenny. Several Washington state laws are now in effect today, as well as some other changes that could impact drivers. So let's break down some of those changes. If you need to fill up today, expect to pay a little more at the pump. The Washington state gas tax is going up a little over a penny per gallon, so from about 55 cents to 56 cents. So this 2% increase is an automatic inflation adjustment required under a state law that passed last year. The millionaire's tax does not start until 2028. However, the millionaire surcharge, which is part of the law, will activate today. It adds a new 0.5% business and occupation tax on annual business income of more than $250 million. A new pilot program will provide post-traumatic stress disorder counseling for employees filing workers' compensation cases. The program will provide a determined number of counseling sessions before and after claims are closed. Drivers, make sure you watch your speed as WSDOT work zone cameras expand across the state. The fines also increase. Starting today, first-time offenders will now face a fine of $125. No more warnings. New this morning, Governor Bob Ferguson says he won't propose new taxes in the budget he will release this December. He expects lawmakers to avoid raising taxes during next year's legislative session. These comments come as Ferguson's administration warns agencies to prepare for significant budget challenges. The governor's expectations is one some budget leaders do not think is possible. This morning, we are hearing reaction about the Supreme Court's ruling on birthright citizenship. The case centers on President Trump's executive order challenging the long-standing interpretation of the 14th Amendment, which has been understood to grant citizenship to most people born in the United States. Chief Justice John Roberts, writing the majority opinion, quote, "Under the Constitution, they are citizens at birth." Interim Executive Director for Latinos in Spokane, Jesus Torres, is a birthright citizen. Here's his reaction to the decision.
Personally, for me, I think it just reaffirms the fact that someone like me, who has a name like me, who looks like me, who just happened to be born on this side of the border, is guaranteed to have their 14th Amendment's rights respected, that we are just as American as anyone else. We don't have to look a certain way. We don't have to speak a certain language. We are Americans by birthright, and that can't be taken away from us.
It's important to note the court did not decide the merits of birthright citizenship at all. Its ruling focused on the scope of nationwide injunctions issued by lower courts, leaving the possibility for future litigation. President Trump called the ruling, quote, "too bad for our country," and urged Congress to immediately find other ways to take action. Coming up in our next half hour, we hear local reaction on the Supreme Court's ruling on transgender athletes. It's 6:05. This morning, we are learning more about Monday's shooting in North Spokane. Police say one person was shot. Officers responded to North Kalispell Street and West La Crosse Avenue after multiple callers reported hearing gunshots. Then police say just after 1 in the morning, a nurse called telling them a minor showed up to a hospital with gunshot wounds. The shooting is still under investigation. Police did say it appears this was an isolated incident and people involved may know one another. The U.S. Small Business Administration announced the availability of low-interest federal disaster loans to Idaho businesses, nonprofits, and residents impacted by the December windstorms. Businesses and nonprofits can borrow up to $2 million, while homeowners and renters can borrow up to $100,000. The deadline to return physical damage applications is August 7th. To apply, just visit the website sba.gov/disaster. Today, the Shoshone County Sheriff's Office is hosting an open house to recruit new detention deputies. They want to increase their jail standards. The event starts this morning at 8 at the Shoshone County Jail. They want to hire 3 new detention deputies. Sheriff Sean Weir says filling those positions would do more than improve staffing levels. It would also allow the county to recertify the jail. Right now, staffing limitations prevent the jail from housing federal or state inmates for extended periods.
We don't mind who we get from the community as long as they meet the qualifications, and this is a career path that we can help them fulfill.
The starting pay for a detention deputy in Shoshone County is just over $21 an hour, or about $44,000 a year before benefits. While that's on the lower end of the statewide pay scale, it's still higher than some Idaho counties. Again, that event starts at 8 this morning at the jail. Happening today, the Summer Carnival returns to Riverfront Park, and that's where KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones is live this morning. Brandon's there to tell us more about what's happening today. Brandon, are you going to get on any rides today?
Good morning, Tim. I don't know about if I'm going to get any rides myself. I like to have all 10 toes down on the ground. We can call that a form of grounding, you know. But nonetheless, if you're interested, Summer Carnival officially kicks off 4 p.m. later today right here at beautiful Riverfront Park. And talk about a busy few days for Riverfront Park. Last week, of course, we know it transformed into Hoop Town, USA, with all of the different vendors and basketball courts all over the place. Now you get that carnival ambiance. So again, kicking off today at 4 p.m. There's going to be rides, food, games, all right here in the heart of downtown Spokane. 4 till 11 p.m. That's when closing time is, and these same hours they apply for Thursday and Friday, and then on the 4th of July it'll be an all-day event from 12 p.m. until 11 p.m. The Spokane Symphony will be here performing from 8:45 until 10, and then the fireworks celebration will start at 10 to cap the night. So a lot of fun things, a lot of excitement. Again, I know, Tim, you've been talking about the interesting ice cream flavors. Maybe cotton candy ice cream, maybe that's in your wheelhouse as well. But again, some fun starting here at Riverfront Park, and then it'll stay here, the Summer Carnival, until Sunday, July 5th. So all 4th of July weekend, all for the holiday weekend. And for now, reporting live here at Riverfront Park, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
And taking a look at the forecast today, it is the start of a drying trend for much of the inland Northwest. Temperatures are going to be reaching the low 70s for Spokane. We've got a high of about 73 degrees. We're looking at 74 for Coeur d'Alene, low 80s for Moses Lake, with some upper 70s in central Washington. Now, these temperatures that we are seeing are a bit below our seasonal norm here, our seasonal averages. So our average typically at the beginning of July is in the upper 70s. So we are a little bit below that. However, of course, all eyes are on this upcoming 4th of July weekend, and so what you can expect for Spokane is a warming trend. We will see mostly sunny skies as well. Temperatures climb into the low 80s by Saturday, so good news if maybe you've got outdoor plans to celebrate the holiday.
As part of America 250, we are sharing an hour-long special titled Red, White, and You. It's an inspiring look at people shaping America's story. You can watch the special this Friday, July 3rd at 4 p.m. on KREM 2. And if that does not work for your schedule, the Red, White, and You special is streaming now on the KREM 2 app. You can watch the special on demand.